Well, the Supra is still broken. Today, I've got I bought a Bore scope, and with that Bore scope, I intend to have a look into the engine, into the cylinders, through the spark plug holes, and we're gonna have a quick look in there, see what the damage is. Because last time I did a compression test, it failed the compression test on number 2, cylinder 2. It was down to 50 psi, which is very low for one of these cars. The other cylinders, they're up to about 150, 160 psi on, I think, all of them. So what I'm going to do today is use that Bore scope that I've got and see what the damage is. And this is the scope I've got. So this is for the Mark III Supra I've been, showing you guys. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. This is my 1990 Supra, and it's got that 7M engine in it. So this is a Bore scope that I've got. I'm gonna try using this one here. Here we go. So it's got a little LCD screen here at the front, which is detachable from the little gun, and then it's got a long flexible cable with the camera on the end, and it's got a little light as well. But now the light is on. There it is. The light is on. It comes with a few accessories. It's got a little memory card and a adapter as well, SD card, which you just put into here. There's a little slot here. Just plug it up in there. It's got a USB connector if you want to transfer data, a charger. It's a really nice unit, a nice tool to have. Another connector here. I think this is the I'm not sure what this one's used for, but it could be audio or it could be video. Actually, it's probably video because it's yellow. So this is like a video cable that you plug into here, and you can plug this into your VCR, I guess, if you want to, those old school VCRs with the RCA cables connections. It comes with a couple of accessories that you attach to the little to the arm here. Not arm, the cable, whatever you call it, the camera. So basically this is a little magnet if you want to pick up things down your bore fragments for testing or analysis. So here we go. So I would connect there. It attaches with a special attachment. In here you've also got, it comes with a little mirror. Here it is right there, a little mirror which you attach to the end of that scope. That's what it's called, the scope. And a little hook, wire hook here that you can attach there as well if you want to pick, hook something out, pick things up. The mirror allows you to see around corners, sharp corners, because the camera is quite stiff. It won't turn that sharply, and it's quite large, so you need a mirror to actually see around corners. Manual, instruction book, and a durable case. Pretty handy. So let's go and have a look at this thing. So this is the engine with the spark plugs all removed. I've removed all the spark plugs, cables, coils, all that stuff. And the idea is basically to use this scope and just direct it. I've got one arm, so it's a bit difficult. So just to go down like so. Hang on. go. I've got my bore, my scope down the plug hole. Now, the idea is to find out, hopefully see the damage to the piston, to the cylinder wall if possible. It's not very easy to see things down there, but here you can see the edge of the piston leaning against the cylinder wall. Hope you can see that. And it looks good on that side, so the idea is just to slowly turn. I'm expecting to see a damaged edge on this piston. You know, that's where the compression, the exhaust gases are trying to escape through the sides, into the cylinder rings or compression rings. And I've already had a look earlier, so I know there's a damage here somewhere, and I'm trying to show it to you. I think it's just around here. If you see, it starts to get a bit messy here. See there, it's nice and clean. But as soon as you get to about there, the edge, that line is no longer so crisp and clean and straight. It's a little bit messy. That's where one of the damages are, but there's a bigger one somewhere. It's hard to see things when you're trying to show people. Boy, oh boy, it's gonna be difficult. I think it's around this side. Right there. See right here, this edge, that curve is clean until around here it starts to get really rough, and that's where the damage is. Unfortunately, it's on the very opposite side of the engine, right there. Good, we captured it. Right there, the piston is actually melted right in that corner, right in that spot there, where the valve cutout is there. I don't know which valve that would be, but that's a good idea to just investigate on which valve that is. Whether it's an intake valve or the exhaust valve, it might give us some more clues on what's going on here. See right here, it's clean. This side, valve cutout on the other side as well. That side is clean. Just around here, just around there, I'm very curious to find out what that valve is now. The cylinder wall is a bit difficult to see. I can't really get a good shot of it, and it looks to me like it's okay. So I would say that the compression ring is probably blown. It's slowly leaking there through the edge, and the piston's also melted away because the ring has blown out a little bit. Alright, good. At least we see something. Slowly pull that scope out. There we go. I see the damage. The engine still spins around, it still rotates. It's not damaged as in, seized or anything. So I'll just switch it off, make sure it doesn't run flat. There's a little light on top there that shows you whether it's on and off. Let's see if I can switch it off. That's it, it's off. And I still got the compression tester still showing some results here. I didn't reset it last time. So as you can remember, it was that piston or that cylinder, come on, was down to 60. It was down to 60 psi here, and with a bit of oil in the cylinder, I just put a bit of oil in there last time, and it went up to 260, I think I remember, all the way up to 260, which is a lot. And that result is basically a blown compression ring. It seals up when you put oil in there, because the oil is taking up the actual gap. If it was the valves, it would have not changed at all. The compression would have remained low. So that's one way of knowing whether it's a blown. If the problem is in the bottom end, in the block, a cracked block, or piston rings, or if it's in the top part of the engine, the cylinder head, such as the valves, the oil will always kind of go down and it will seep into any gaps and it will seal that gap, which is why you're getting higher compression reading. If the valves are blown, the oil is not going to reach the top, so it's gonna the compression is going to stay low. It's going to stay low. It's not going to increase. And if it doesn't increase, if it didn't increase, I would have investigated on the head, valves, straight up to the valves really. The valves would have been the main problem with this engine if it didn't increase compression. So now, I've spoken to the engine rebuilder already. I've been doing some research on it already. They tell me that it's going to cost me to rebuild this engine, this 7M GTE engine. It's going to cost me around over $4,000 really. Over $4,000, even $5,000, depending on what I want to do to this engine. Depending on what I want to do with this engine. And they recommend with this type of engine, running with the high boosts that I've been running it on, about 15 psi sometimes, you need to improve the pistons, put better quality pistons. So we're going to go with forged pistons in our next in the future when it's rebuilt in a couple of weeks from now. I would say in a few weeks, forged pistons are going to go into this thing so I can really boost it and ensure that it won't blow so easily. I've already, yeah, because these turbos here, they can put out quite a bit of pressure. You know, they do pump out a bit of pressure. Often people change them and put bigger ones anyway because they want even crazy power. But if you start doing things like that, start boosting your engine, you should, if you don't have forged pistons, stronger con rods, you're looking for trouble really. So this is an old engine as well. It's a very old engine. It's done 195,000 kilometers. But you know, so such an old engine, it's not going to handle the pressure. It's not going to handle the pressure very well. It's not going to like it. And that's white blue. Just an old engine. But once it's rebuilt, we can look forward to more fun. More fun. Air conditioning works. Fix that. I put a new water pump into it. So I'm quite disappointed that this has happened. I did everything on the outside that could prevent an overheating situation. Brand new radiator. You see that in my other video. And it's not overheating. I've got an exhaust pipe, down pipe, back, 3-inch, going all the way to the back. High floor cat. And we've got this thing here. It's my muffler exhaust. It's real nice, made by HKS. Brand new tires on the back, 19-inch rims. Thank you. Bye. We'll see you next time.